What's up guys? Today we're going to check out M3GAN 2 or M3GAN 2.0 on 4K UHD. I'm not here to talk about how good or bad this movie is, I'm just going to share some of my thoughts on the audio and video quality. Now let's go over a few tech specs. The movie was shot in 4.6K. It's got a 4K DI, it's rated PG-13, runtime is 120 minutes, aspect ratio is 239:1, and the audio is in Dolby Atmos. Before we take a look at this audio and see how active this audio mix is, if you don't know what the Atmos object viewer is, you can find a link down below in this video's description that tells you all about it, what it does, and where you can find it. You'll also find a list of all the gear that I use for these 4K reviews down there as well. Jumping straight over to the Atmos viewer, we can see that this is a really active Atmos mix. And this is just a very simple scene with the main characters conversing with each other. Most of that top channel activity is really just light echo from the dialogue, which does add a little bit of space in the room. So despite there being so much of what looks to be sound overhead, it's really nothing substantial, and this happens for most of the movie. Now we do get some good top channel expansion at the party, which comes in around 34 minutes, where you'll hear people clapping and cheering in the background in the surrounds, with music playing in the background as well. At 46 minutes, there's someone getting choked off screen to the left side of the room, which was very directional. And at an hour 20 minutes, you'll hear M3GAN's voice extend to the surrounds for her solo musical number.
I don't want your bullshit simulation of empathy.
I thought the best sounding part comes in at 1 hour 48 minutes, where there's electricity crackling overhead and in the surround channels with sparks floating around the room. This part had the most immersive feel, I thought, in this movie. The bass hit really hard in this mix during all of the action parts, and that EMP blast towards the end of the movie had the biggest LFE impact. I didn't feel that this had any real heavy infrasonics, but it did hit pretty hard. And the dialogue remained easy to hear throughout. And thank you to Kaleidescape for providing me with this copy of M3GAN 2.0 so I could bring you, the home theater movie loving community, this 4K review. Now if you want to get your movies weeks and sometimes months before they come out on 4K Blu-ray in the same if not better quality, consider getting a Kaleidescape for your movie watching needs. Links are down in this video's description. Now, I could have swore that I reviewed the first movie, but apparently I didn't. But this does look equally as good as that first movie. It was shot digitally, so it does have that clean, digitally sharp look. The textures throughout the movie are extremely detailed, down to the fibers and clothing like shirts and sweaters. You can count strands of hair and make out every wrinkle and skin imperfection in a lot of those close-ups. I did find some of the digital effects on M3GAN looked a little cartoony in some scenes, but overall they did a really good job of making her face look really plasticky. Now, even though the movie does have a lot of darker colors, the scenes were all well lit, so HDR does provide for a fairly bright overall picture. It's got some really vivid colors spread from the neon purples that are spread throughout this movie, and the color palette does look very natural. Shadow detail was clean and well preserved in the darker shots, while specular highlights really popped off the screen. Interior lighting and those use of purple hues looked really great. Now this is overall a really clean, sharp, detailed 4K transfer with some nice HDR. The movie doesn't quite have that wow factor to make this something you'd use to demo your display, at least not for me, but it is still a great looking movie. I'm gonna go with a 9.5 for video. Audio-wise, despite it using all 18 of my speakers, the top channels were mostly very lightly active without too much in the way of having discrete surround placement overhead. Most of that was relegated to the lower channels. The action parts did sound really good with some decent immersion, and the bass shook my room. It's a fun sounding mix, but nothing in it really stood out that would make me want to use it for demos. I'm gonna go with an 8 for audio. Now this review was based on the Kaleidescape download, which comes in at 84.3 gigs in Dolby Vision and 137.2 gigs in HDR10, which also includes the unrated version, hence the larger size. If you're waiting to grab this on 4K Blu-ray, the release for that is on September 23rd, or you can get it now in the Kaleidescape in the same if not better quality. So what are your thoughts on M3GAN 2.0 in 4K? Have you seen it and did you like it better than the first one? Leave your comment down below and let me know. Now, if you do want to pick up this movie, I will leave some links for it down below in this video's description. As always, guys, thanks for watching. If you want, you can follow us on social media, and if you want to support the channel and get exclusive content or great discounts on audio and video gear, then stop by our Patreon page. Be sure to like this video if you found it useful and subscribe if you have not already, and I'll catch you again in the next video.